Wow, we really have to buckle down on food. I had no idea.
Along these roads we roam, we find adventure through traveling, camping, boondocking, and exploring.
Hello everybody and welcome to Vlogcast episode number 55. My name is Russ.
I'm Carrie.
And we are the roads we roam. We're a couple living full time in our little guy Max. We do this vlog 5 days a week, Monday through Friday. And then on Saturdays we have a Faces and Places video. Basically you get to go where we went all week long. We take the camera and you get to see through the lens of that camera what we've done and what we've been talking about this whole time here. And then we have two opportunities where we get to talk to you live via YouTube. That is Friday night at 8 p.m. Eastern and again Sunday at 1 p.m. Eastern.
Today we are talking to you from Livingston, Texas.
Yeah, we're back here again.
Rainbow's End, part of the Escapees. It's the Escapees home base.
Yeah, we're in a different area this time. I think they're called this area the Hill.
Nope, we're
the
hill.
Woods?
Yeah, I think it's the woods.
Oh, okay.
We're down in the little wooded area. Last time we were up on the hill, which is an open field.
Gotcha.
We've had a really busy weekend. So Friday, when we last checked in with everyone, we were in Tallahassee.
Yeah.
And then we spent a night boondocking in Mississippi.
Yeah. And
then last night we were in just outside of Baton Rouge at a really cool Harvest Host site, and that was Bayou Teche Brewery.
Yeah, we were so busy we actually had to live broadcast Sunday morning coffee on the road near Baton Rouge. We pulled over at a Bass Pro Shop,
which I found out that they are dog friendly,
yes,
which is really cool. I mean, we keep our eyes peeled for all these places, so that's definitely another one to add to the list. So I was really happy about that. But along the way, we passed an important milestone. So Saturday was our 3-month anniversary being on the road.
Yay!
Yay! We should have little balloons and everything come down. So 3 months, and we had mentioned this on our 2-month mark that we would be doing monthly recaps on our finances. Where we could improve and where we have gone astray. So for our 3 months, probably not as good as what we wanted to do, but bearing in mind that it was the holidays. I was really upset when I first looked at these numbers, and then I remembered during this time frame, Christmas and New Year's kind of transpired.
Okay.
So not as bad, but we definitely have room for improvement. So what I'll do, I won't run through every month as we do this all the time, but for the first 3 months it shows a good comparison.
Okay.
All right, so number of miles. On month 1, we trekked from El Paso, Texas, all the way over to Nashville, Tennessee, and we made some stops along the way. We traveled 1,821 miles. Month 2, we stayed still for a while, but then we went from Tennessee down into Florida. We traveled 937 miles.
Yeah.
Month 3, we spent the entire month in Florida, but we started ping-ponging all over the place, exploring and having fun.
Yeah.
Ping-ponging 1,563
wow,
miles.
I can't believe we put
that is
that
crazy,
much.
Isn't it?
Does that include, like, back here to Texas, too?
No, only to Tallahassee.
Wow.
Yeah. So that was surprising. You know, just in one state, just driving around all that time. So fuel on month 1, $549. Month 2, we saved significantly, $271. What I was really surprised at, we spent $303. Not too much more than month 2, but a lot more difference. But that was because gas was so much cheaper.
Yeah.
I mean, it was a good amount cheaper. When we first hit the road, those gas prices were up there. So it made a huge difference. We were able to travel a lot more for less money. Lodging, that month 1, we spent $793. And that was because as we were traveling, we stayed in campgrounds, a lot of them KOAs. We paid extra for the pull-through spots because it was just a comfort thing we had to get used to. And it was getting used to so much.
Yeah.
So we depended on the campgrounds. We depended on those premium lots just to be comfortable.
Yep, that's right.
Month 2, we did a lot more mooch docking. And, but we stayed at some campgrounds, but we were a little bit more aware of what we were paying for each of them. We only spent $244.
That wasn't bad.
But again, we mooch docked a lot.
Yeah.
Now this one, we actually did more camping this last month. And we spent less.
Yeah.
We spent $167 on campgrounds, and I'll do the breakdown in a bit.
Okay.
But then we add $40 onto that because we spent $40 on dump fees.
Yeah, that's when we were mooch docking at Mom's.
So I count that into the lodging expense for a total of $207. Now,
Nice.
a breakdown of that where we stayed and how we stayed. 19 days we mooch docked. 5 days we boondocked. And 7 days we spent at campgrounds.
Only 7 days. Wow, I thought it was longer.
It seemed like more, but we broke them up.
Well, the boondocks were, yeah, that's right, because we would go to a campground and then we'd boondock in between as we were going.
Yep, we went to the harvest hosts in the background. So, and that's the thing, those harvest hosts really can extend your vacation time in transit. And that's what they're really meant for. That's not your destination vacation, but they're great places to stop along the way, and you can do things while you're there as well.
Of course, yeah.
So I think we made definite improvements with learning how to work our lodging situations a little better. Now this month, there is no mooch docking. We are not mooch docking at all. So
that we know of.
That we know of.
None planned.
But, so this month will be our first challenge where we're away from all family, and we will be kind of truly on our own trying to figure out how to manage this.
I know too, though, we have also said that if we are en route, we're not, just traveling somewhere, we don't want to spend the night at a campground. We'll either harvest host it, or we'll stay at a rest stop, or we'll stay...
Right, if it's just a one night through an area, that's what we'll do.
Which we had the opportunities to do before, but we weren't comfortable doing those things, so we never did it. But we did it all the way here to Texas.
We did.
Yeah.
3 days straight, boondocking, no hookups, and we did it.
Yep.
Okay, so food. Okay, so month one, $973. We were staying at campgrounds all the time, and we went out to eat all the time. Month two, $697. But then we did $1,135 this month.
What?
But again, holidays. Brett came out. We went out to eat. We treated people. So it did add up. But that being said, we could have been a lot better.
$1,100.
So every time before we go even think of going out to eat for this month, I'm pulling that number out. Just as a reminder for us. So that was very bad on us.
Wow.
Yeah. Equipment. Month one, $535.
Yeah.
And that was, we first hit the road and we realized we needed, all sorts of equipment. And if you go back to our month one summary, we break down exactly what we bought. Month two, only $75. And I think that was just our windshield wipers and some silicone and things like that.
Yeah.
Now this month, also in equipment, I also factor in maintenance things. So when we did the silicone and everything. So this month we spent $312, but that includes an oil change for our truck. And then we also bought some wool and brushes for the rust issue.
Yeah, which I still have to do. I haven't done it. It just hasn't been dry long enough.
So we've got the equipment, but we just haven't done that yet. And then we did buy the portable battery pack for our laptops and the cell phones and everything.
Sherpa 100,
so we spent that. So those were, some were unplanned and others are just those maintenance. They're not a regular monthly occurring thing, but they do come up. So issues. Month one, we didn't really have any issues that we had to pay for repairs. For month two, $303, but that's really zero because it was an issue with the motherboard on the furnace, but it was covered in warranty, so we get that back. And then month three, we didn't have any.
No problems,
So we were good to go. So that's pretty much a recap. We're getting better with the lodging. We're learning to be more comfortable. We're seeking out different options. For example, we found that staying at state parks and county parks are far cheaper than a lot of these commercial campgrounds for us. So if we do have to stay at some, we kind of seek the county parks are definitely cheaper than state parks.
Yeah, and we probably would have done something like that here. It's that, except that we are members of Escapees, so this is actually
Comparable.
puts it right in the price range.
Yep. So, and just, well, at least in Florida, it was about $28 a night to stay in a state campground, about $20 a night for a county campground. And then here in Texas, if you're an Escapees member and you stay in an Escapees park, it's $22 a night. So, if we do stay full hookups, anything over 30, I automatically want to just kind of shut down now because
well, in the first month we were doing $44-45 a night,
and that was cheap. Most of the KOAs along the way now you're looking at 55 and up. Food, we just need to be better.
Wow, we really have to buckle down on food. I had no idea. I was expecting it to be more than month 2, but I wasn't expecting it to be that much more.
It's funny, right before we sat down to film this, Russ kind of peeked at the sheet, and I just saw his eyes grow big, and I said, yeah, that's it.
Well, the only number I saw was food, and that blew my mind. Yeah.
So, I mentioned this the last time we did it. I hope you learn a little bit from what we're doing, but also just the practice of doing it, whether you're camping or RVing or just
or
normal.
Saving to RV.
Exactly.
To full time.
And just to give you a rough idea of some of the expenses that you would incur on the road, because a lot of people tend to initially have this impression that by living this lifestyle, it can be really cheap, and it can be. But if you had that traditional lifestyle, we had a 2,000 square foot home and all the things that went with it, and to just totally change your habits a different way, it's taking us a while, but I know we'll get there.
Yeah.
And this is a really good practice.
Food has always been an issue, because even month 2, when we dialed the food down considerably, that's still high. I would like it to be less than that.
All right, so let's set ourselves a goal. What would you like our goal to be for food for this month?
Okay, well, so month 1 was $9.73. Month 2 was $6.97. Month 3 was $11.35. You know what? Let's don't go crazy, because I have a number that I'd like to get to, but I think baby steps is good here. Why don't we get a goal of $600? We'll bring it down by $97.
Oh, from month 2.
From month 2.
Okay, now we're already out a couple days into it.
Yeah, this is documented. Oh yeah, we're a couple days into it, and oh yeah.
Oh yeah, and so we'll see how good we can go. Russ is shooting for 600.
600. So if we're a couple days into it and I want to go 6, I'm glad I didn't say the first number that popped into my head. We're gonna have to go out and get some ramen, I think.
We'll be living on ramen and PB&J.
Have a couple of 97-cent days to get back in the game here.
All right. Well, you heard his goal here. We'll see how well we do. Stay tuned for that. That's all I have for today. Did you have anything?
No, that's it. This was pretty educational for me. So thank you for doing all that research. I know you spent all day as we traveled bringing all this together, going back, checking bills, checking bank statements and all that.
Well,
I know it's a lot of work.
That's a lesson for me. Since I know we're going to be doing these, I'm keeping a little daily log so that way I don't have to go back and do all that. So I learned that too.
All right, guys. Well, again, thank you so much for your questions, your comments, your tips, your concerns over the past few months. We've learned so much from you all, and I hope we've given you value in these vlogs as well. So please keep those questions and comments and tips coming to us. There are multiple ways you can get a hold of us.
You can get a hold of us at theroadsweroam.com, also on Facebook, Pinterest, Instagram, Twitter, and you can also listen to our podcast, which is the audio version of any of our vlogs on Spreaker and iTunes. Please take a second and click that like button, and if you haven't already, consider subscribing.
And if you're already subscribed, click the bell button. That way it'll tell you when we put a new video out, but it'll also let you know when we do our twice-a-week live videos.
That's true. We're getting quite a group in there, and we have a good time.
Oh, yeah.
But no, this Friday, if you have time, log in because we are rolling out something really fun and new, and we would love to have your participation. We're trying to make this as interactive as possible, so tune in Friday and you'll hear all about it.
Definitely.
All right, thank you.
All right, bye.
Bye.